I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, August the 31st, 2016. Israel and Turkey are said to now be ready to fully restore diplomatic ties. Relations between the two countries fell apart after the 2010 Mavi Marmara incident, in which Israeli commandos boarded a flotilla trying to breach the Gaza blockade. On board, the Israeli soldiers were attacked, and in the clashes that ensued, 10 Turkish citizens were killed and several IDF soldiers were wounded. Terms of a reconciliation deal were agreed upon this past June between Israel and Turkey, and Israel had given its approval to those terms, which include a lump sum payment by Israel to compensate the Turkish victims. Today, President of Turkey Recep Tayyip Erdogan ratified the reconciliation deal on the Turkish side, and it is expected that the two countries will soon exchange ambassadors. The California state legislature took a stand yesterday against the BDS boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement. The Jewish Journal reports that AB 2844 was first introduced back in April by Assembly member Richard Bloom and basically said that if you boycott Israel, California would boycott you. Wording has been changed in the current bill, which now states that companies certify they do not violate state civil rights laws in the course of boycotting a sovereign nation recognized by the U.S., including Israel, which is the only country mentioned by name in the legislation. Bloom said on the Assembly floor yesterday that the bottom line is that the state should not subsidize discrimination in any form. The state Senate approved the bill by 34-1 on August the 24th, and the Assembly passed it by 60-0 yesterday. The American Jewish Committee praised the bill's passage. AJC Los Angeles Regional Director Jana Weinstein-Smith urged California Governor Jerry Brown to now sign the bill into law. She said the goal of the BDS movement is not a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, but to isolate and delegitimize Israel, our closest democratic ally in the Middle East. A Jewish cemetery in Belfast, Ireland, was desecrated last week. 17 Jewish graves were vandalized and some destroyed in what appears to have been an organized attack that took place in West Belfast on Friday evening. Director of International Relations for the Simon Wiesenthal Center, Dr. Shimon Samuels, wrote a letter to recently appointed UK Secretary of State for Northern Ireland, James Brockenshire, expressing his deep concern over the incident. Samuels wrote that the desecration must be widely discussed in classrooms and the media in the context of Holocaust education. He said the perpetrator's punishment must result in an understanding of the gravity of their act. The Police Service of Northern Ireland is investigating the incident as a hate crime, and they said that they will conduct a, quote, robust investigation. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences announced its nominees this week for its Student Academy Awards. Among them, recent Israeli graduate Maya Sarfati, who was the only finalist in the Foreign Documentary category. Her film will therefore automatically be entered into the race for the Oscars. Sarfati recently earned a master's degree from Tel Aviv University's Tisch School of Film and Television, and her film, The Most Beautiful Woman, is guaranteed a first-place gold medal when the final winners are announced at the end of next month. Sarfati's film tells the true story of an SS guard who falls in love with a Jewish woman at the Auschwitz death camp. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight, for Wednesday, August the 31st. At 7 o'clock, former Israeli ambassador to the U.S., Dani Ayalon, speaks with Thane Rosenbaum about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and ways in which the Jewish community can use modern methods to combat the BDS movement. That's from the Fifth Avenue Synagogue in New York City. At 8 o'clock, Caroline Glick of the Jerusalem Post and Ari Shavit of Haaretz debate the viability of the two-state solution from the AJC Global Forum of 2015 in Washington. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with singer David Broza on L'chaim, and at 10, former UN Ambassador Ron Prasor, honored guest Bishop Joseph Garlington, and Israel Experience students take part in the 2015 Eagles Wings Gala, led by Pastor Robert Stearns from the Museum of Jewish Heritage. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, it's Thinking Out Loud with Micah Halpern. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, August the 31st, 2016. I'm Teisha Bader.